Hey guys, it's YOU WACK. So as you guys know, the start date for the Chinese New Year finally got announced a couple of days ago, but so two things. First of all, that's it. That's all we really know. It's going to be on February 8th, so if you haven't known, well, there you go. And second, well, either way, I was wrong because I thought it was either going to be on February 6th or February 13th because usually updates come out on a Tuesday. This is like the first time a big update like this or an event is coming out on a Thursday. Either way, though, I'm very excited, but as you guys know, it's like tradition at this point whenever we get like an announcement of a brand new event or even a remade one for this matter. I always like to make videos just talking about skin ideas that I would like to see or just see fan created skin ideas come to life in the game. But more importantly, I also want to hear your guys' ideas because I usually make two different kinds of videos. First is just looking at my ideas or fan ideas, or also looking at the history of sprays that we've seen in Overwatch that is kind of Chinese New Year related. And then I have you guys comment your own ideas, and in the next video I just kind of show some of my favorite ideas of different heroes, whether it's Orisa, Mei, or even, dare I say, Hanzo. So I want you guys to leave your own comments of skins that you would just love to see for this up and coming Chinese New Year event. But for this video, I do want to more importantly show some fan created skin ideas because there's some awesome artists. Let me tell you some, okay? There's some awesome artists in the Overwatch community that just love to just pick our favorite heroes and just depict them in such an amazing and creative way, in ways that I can never imagine, because I'm not really that I don't want to say creative because sometimes I can be. I'm just not artistic. I guess that's the right way to say it. I can be creative, just not artistic. So let's just get in the video. There's a lot of ideas. Now, I always like to start off with the sprays that we've seen in Overwatch because this is like the closest that we can kind of expect to guarantee, okay, this here is going to get a skin and this here is going to get a skin, because again, we only got the start date. We didn't get any leaks, we didn't get any trailers or nothing, but we have seen sprays before in the previous Chinese New Year that just depicts heroes in different kind of like Chinese outfits. Now again, we have seen this before with the Chinese New Year skins of last year, more specifically with Mei and Diva, because their ornament spray in the Winter Wonderland kind of resembles their skins that they got in the Chinese New Year event. Now there are two significant sprays that I saw last year for the Chinese New Year event. The first one is going to be this Mercy spray. Now the reason why I bring this first and foremost is because there's a lot of things hinting towards this exact skin being in the up and coming Chinese New Year event. So the first one, it's plain and simple and obvious. She's wearing a more Chinese traditional dress. Sure, it isn't like Chinese New Year lucky red, but it's still something nonetheless that you would see just walking in the streets of China. So that's first and foremost. And also it looks good. Like she's rocking like a little headpiece. Like obviously her halo's still gonna be there, but she's rocking a little ornament too. And she also has like this umbrella. Again, a very Asian traditional umbrella. Sure, maybe her staff wouldn't be the umbrella itself, but it's just all characteristics that belong to Mercy that would work perfectly in a skin form. But another thing that also got hinted to me on Twitter was actually she did get an emote from this last Blizzard event. So for Blizzard World, or just the cosmetic update, whatever you want to call it, she did get an emote where she's just twirling her staff kind of like an umbrella. But still, it's just hinting towards that umbrella type spray where she's just holding it and she does have that little emote. It would just work. It just makes sense. Again, the Chinese traditional dress and having some sort of umbrella as her staff. I don't know if it would just actually be an umbrella, just kind of not open, because, well, if you open it indoors, it's kind of bad luck. And the next spray, when compared to Mercy, I wouldn't really expect, just because it's so simple, but it's something that you would still love and appreciate. But Blizzard, they like to up their game. They never like to just go with simplicity just because, hey, it works. They never like to do it. But what I'm talking about is going to be the Widowmaker spray. So again, it's very simple, nothing too flashy. It's sort of like Mei's skin in a sense, where she just kind of had a traditional dress, sure, with a little bit of extra features like that thing around her neck. But at least here, it's literally just her in a dress. I don't know how hype people would get for this. You guys gotta let me know. But again, it's just something that, yes, it would work. It would be very simple, and we have seen it before. And you just gotta put Widowmaker in a red dress. That's it. Maybe get her in some heels. Maybe literally get her ornament piece in her hair. It kind of looks like Mei's in a sense also. But again, I wouldn't really expect this one compared to Mercy, just because if they're gonna have like a traditional style dress, they're probably gonna throw it on Mercy rather than Widowmaker, just because, well, the emote too works. But now we actually get into the fun part of the video, looking at fan created skins. And I just gotta remind you guys, these artists are just fantastic. Like, shout out to anybody that is making art in the Overwatch community, or just video, or just any kind of community. Shout out to you guys. You guys are day ones. But remember how he said like Blizzard really wouldn't go with like those simple dress styles? The first idea I just literally had to throw in there is just putting all the girls, or just a few of the girls, literally in Chinese dresses. Like, that might seem arrogant for me just to say, it's like, oh, that would be a fantastic skin. Continue watching the video, because there's some actual, like, creative ideas that I come up with, but it's just simple, it works. I mean, here's a picture of literally all the heroes in some sort of, like, dress that's kind of like Chinese-esque that would just work. You guys gotta let me know, would you seriously be hyped if they just were to throw, like, Ana, or Symmetra, or maybe even someone like Zarya, surprisingly, in a dress like this? Like, I don't know, I thought that would just be a good idea just to start off with. But now getting into the more complex skins, and ones that I would just be so hyped to see, are gonna be coming from Hanzo and Genji. So first, looking at the Genji skin, my guy, this looks menacing. This artwork, this depiction of Genji is so menacing and so scary. Kind of reminds me of the Oni skin, but like 10 times better, and just way more just detailed. Like, sure, it just has like those little waves and whatnot, and has the little Japanese symbol, which I know he is Japanese, same with Hanzo, and this is a Chinese New Year, but remember, Diva did get one last year, even though I think Korea does celebrate a little bit of Chinese New Year, just in a different form. Either way, I'm not well educated when it comes to that subject, but what I'm going for with these skins is really just, it looks like a cool skin. That's basically it. Yes, they might not reference the Chinese New Year really, and maybe barely represents of where they come from in the Japanese culture. The only thing that I can see is like, okay, this Genji skin, he looks like a dragon, and since the Chinese New Year they celebrate with a lot of dragons, it seems justified. But really, whenever it comes to like remade skins, yes, they try to have some sort of theme, but they really just try to make it cool looking. Like, nothing really like tied, so deeply rooted. Like, the best example I can have is like the summertime event with the Soldier 76 skin. He looks like a dad, he looks like a meme, and sure, people can still try to reference into the summer, but it's nothing with like the summer games or whatever. He's a freaking dad cook, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I think the Genji skin is justified. And also this Hanzo skin. So I went on a rambling spree with the Genji skin. This Hanzo skin, same idea, same concept. It just looks like a cool skin you would just love to see. These are supposed to be legendary skins, and my guy, this looks like a legendary skin. There is just so many details, whether it's like the skull on his belt, or his belt buckle with, I don't know what, like a saber-tooth tiger. That's not a saber-tooth tiger. I'm not smart sometimes, but also just the fact that he looks like a straight-up devil. These are just two dope skins. Sure, they do reference a little bit of like maybe the Asian culture, but mainly it's just a dope skin. What can I say? Now the next skin, it has a little bit more sophisticated ideas to it, if I want to try to use a big word in this video, but it's gonna be for Zenyatta. So obviously Zenyatta isn't like a person, obviously he doesn't come from somewhere, he's an Omnic, but what he represents is some sort of like Buddhist, or just some sort of like monk, or just someone that is very like down to earth and very calm, and not all over the place, sort of like me in a sense. So that's why I couldn't ever be someone like him. But really what I wanted to go for was just a monk skin. So that might be a little bit stereotypical, but let me just explain why. So there's actually this practice, and I have to draw back to my social studies learnings back a couple years ago. There's this Buddhist practice called Zen, and you guys gotta let me know if I'm actually wrong about this, but Zen is a term derived from like the Japanese and Chinese culture, which is just pretty much like meditating, or just very much calmness or whatnot. So really Zen, which is like the Buddhist practice, and Zenyatta seems perfect, because like that's literally where Zenyatta comes from, is just like calming nature and whatnot. So I think a very wise monk skin would just be in order, literally something that I get, a traditional monk dress, or a suit rather, or just an outfit, and then a long mustache. Again, it may seem stereotypical, and I might be a bad person for suggesting it, but I have good intentions. Overall, I think it would be a good skin, because he really doesn't have anything like it. I mean, he has a freaking Cthulhu skin, and that's like the opposite of Zenyatta, which is still cool nonetheless, but this one, it would tie into like his roots of what his character's kind of built on. And that's really all for the fan-created skin ideas that I think would just work for a lot of the heroes. Definitely, I would love to see a Genji or Hanzo skin. It doesn't necessarily have to be those two skins, but my guys, just something like that, because Genji needs a skin. I think the last one he got was for the anniversary event. But now for just some ideas that I couldn't find fan-created art for that I would just love to see. So obviously, it's the year of the dog, and last year it was the year of the rooster, and nobody got a rooster skin, a chicken skin, a bird skin, a freaking penguin skin. I know I'm sounding stupid right here, but someone has to get a puppy skin, and I think the best candidate out of everybody has to be Orisa, because Orisa is literally on 4 legs at all times. Some people would suggest Winston to get it. No, Winston can't be a puppy because he's a freaking scientist. Orisa, on the other hand, got a new emote from the winter event where she actually got a puppy. so why not her become the puppy herself? I know that's a stupid idea, but I just want someone to get some sort of dog skin, whether it's Roadhog, whether it's Hanzo where he actually gets a headpiece of a dog, or maybe it could be Winston. But I think Orisa would be the best candidate because, again, she's already on 4 legs. I forgot, she's like a Taurus? I don't want to say a horse because she's not actually a horse. There's like an actual term of where she's referenced from, but it's so easy to make her a puppy, okay? That's all I want in life. And those are just some skin ideas and concepts I'd just love to see for this up-and-coming Chinese New Year event. Again, some are very simple, like the dress idea, and some are very silly, like the dog idea, but some are very creative and just something that you would just appreciate for such a cultural-heavy kind of event, such as a Chinese New Year event. So again, let me know just some skin ideas that you would just love to see for this up-and-coming event, whether it's for your main or whether it's just for a hero that you think it would just be fantastic for. I would love to know. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching more Overwatch videos to come, and bye.